it's Dr. Amanda with Straightsmile Solutions, straightsmilesolutions.com. Let's talk about Haas expanders. And this is not type of expander I generally use, but I had some doctors asking about it lately, so I did my best to do this lovely art for you guys. Because I couldn't find a stock image I could share, and I don't do them. But basically, a Haas expander is your traditional Hyrax, but they layer on a bunch of acrylic. So the Hyrax is embedded in the acrylic, so it gets more retention, because we're not only getting retention from the bands, we're also getting right down into that palate. And this is obviously opens up here, probably not the best artwork, but this helps you get better adaptation so that the center of gravity is right down where the suture is. And it also helps because it keeps it a little bit more adapted to the mouth, so you generally get a more expansion and skeletal movement and less tipping of the buccal segments. You also tend to get less of that kind of wedge effect where the back opens and the front doesn't. So I think it's an option. I think nowadays with IPE, it's probably not necessary. Now, I've seen some really scary things happen with Haas expanders, not mine, but ones that came into my office, or sometimes some doctors show me their cases. But basically, you got to be careful. I would make sure your acrylic, I know kids like to get all kind of colors, but make sure your acrylic is clear or a very light pink, because we want to be able to push on it. You know, we have to be able to seat it, but it shouldn't be seating so much that the palate is blanching. And that is the mistake some of you are doing. And that, if you get blanching, they should be able to run floss underneath it. So if they cannot run floss underneath it, you know, and I've got some content on cleaning fixed bite plates, kind of same concept, or a water pick. If it's blanching, you're gonna end up with pressure sores like this. And I've seen one that had a fistula all the way up to the sinus, so you don't want that. So anyways, my personal preference is not to use this expander, but just thought I'd put it out there. All right, thanks.